Hello YouTubers, this is Zombie reporting in from Zombie Nation. Today I'm coming at you with another Division video. Today I'm going to be doing a build video on my current build and one maybe you would like to adopt for yourself. If you saw my last PvP video or my first PvP video or my only PvP video, then my build hasn't changed much, and the only thing is I've exchanged 20,000 damage or DPS for 20,000 health, so I lose a little bit of damage, gain a lot of health, life is good. Okay, going into my build, we're going to start with just some basic character stats. So my firearms at 2200, my stamina is at 3300, my electronics is at 1100. Now, if you're sitting back here going, yo zombie, what gives bro? You have like 21,000 skill power. How do you do that? Well, bro, I'll tell you. My backpack and my mask gives me increased skill power, which I'll show you a little bit later. That's how I'm able to stack it so high like that. My weapon damage isn't that great, I guess, 8,000. My critical hit chance is absolutely abysmal. Critical hit damage is absolutely just awful as well. My headshot damage is sitting at a healthy 127%. For an AR, that's not awful. If I have my M1A equipped, it's at 370. Just so you guys know I'm not a filthy liar. It's at 370. Okay. Now back to my gear. We'll start with my weapons and how I actually get the damage I get. So my ACR, it's a 204 gear score ACR. I actually found this on a hard run. Yeah, on the hard mode run for the Falcon Watch or whatever. I ended up getting balanced and skilled, so I was super happy when I got balanced because it makes the gun really easy to make pop shots with. If you're curious to know what a pop shot is, that's just kind of popping out around the corner, taking a few shots, and then buggering off again. The talent skilled, I like to go rogue a lot. I find myself in a lot of very unfavorable situations. To have the ability to reduce my signature skill cooldown and be able to do it at such a high chunk at 11.5% for each bot killed with a headshot, that's huge. That's only 9 bots. I can get my signature skill resource up in less than 60 seconds if I'm close to like an actual camp. Going on to my mods, I modded for accuracy and stability in my flash hider. Just because I have the increased stability, I have the balance talent, so I want to get as much accuracy into this thing as possible. The stability thing, stability, everyone loves stability. No one likes it when their gun hops around. I found this one to be quite hoppy. My horizontal stability and accuracy on my hand stop. Now, I purposely chose the horizontal stability, and I'm going to show you why. A lot of people kind of ignored that stat, and I don't think they really should. So if I go to this target dummy here, now I've been using this gun for a long time, so I know that I have to aim at about here. But if I do that, my gun will trail all the way up the head. I'm not moving my stick, I'm not aiming, I'm just letting the gun do its thing. So if I aim center mass on the right side, then I'm going to crawl up my opponents every single time. And that's why I chose the horizontal stability. Moving on to the other mods in this weapon, I got the extended magazine, so 93% magazine size, and 25.6% rate of fire. So I chose the rate of fire because I wanted to keep up with the SMGs, just in the DPS aspect, and the rate of fire is actually where a lot of my DPS comes from. If I was to put on like a magazine with critical hit, I'm only at 155. So I really like the extended mag. It really keeps me in the fight, or not the extended mag, the rate of fire. It really helps just deal with the massive amount of damage SMGs can put out right now, like glass cannons and stuff. It's just ridiculous how much damage they can do, and this kind of helps me stay in a fair fight at least. Improved iron sights, headshot damage, accuracy. So once again, more accuracy. Headshot damage is always important, as this build is very headshot dependent. M1A, I have built just your overall accuracy, critical hit, stability, accuracy, magazine size weapon damage. Weapon damage on these kind of weapons is pretty not overpowered, I don't want to say. It's just really powerful. You don't have the most DPS in the world, but I don't build for maximum DPS. Not on this kind of weapon. I go for damage per hit, so it's quite high damage per hit. Sitting in at I think it's around 44k. Yeah, 42.1k. It's not too bad for one hit. Then my optic is just your accuracy and headshot damage, just because that's important for this kind of gun, as it is sitting at 370. Another honorable mention is my shotgun. It's running deadly and the responsive talent. Responsive is almost like necessary. It's almost a need for a shotgun. If you don't have it and you have the Marine Super 90 blueprint, I highly recommend you re-roll it until you get the responsive talent. I got really lucky. I actually found this one in the Dark Zone. I killed a guy and he had it. But it had deadly as well. Critical hit damage increased by 25%. So that's a good honorable mention too. That's gotten it's gotten me out of some tight spots. My Damascus is my sidearm. Everyone has this. Everyone got it. It's nothing special, but the harmful talent is actually really strong, and not a lot of people know why. I chase people down with my handguns all the time, and I like to apply the bleed status with this gun. If you apply that bleed status, not a lot of people know, but you can't sprint if you're bleeding. So I use that. It kind of helps slow people down. There's a lot of bleed resist gear out there. They don't bleed very long, but it kind of helps you catch up. And yes, you should probably land your shots or you're going to fall behind if you're missing. And then just the expert, like all other handguns have. So it's an okay gun to finish someone off if you need to reload in your two primary and your secondary. But for the most part, this is my chase down gun. Okay, going over to my gear now. I've got Reckless on my chest piece. The increased incoming damage by 10% is actually bugged. It's reduced damage by 10%. Rolled it the armor, the exotic damage resilience. Exotic damage resilience being your bleeds, your shocks, your on fire status effects, those things. Stamina and health, and then the Seeker Mine explosion radius. I use Seeker Mine sometimes, but not all that often, so that's not really pertinent to me in this build. My Sentrys Call mask, there you go, the 4,319 skill power, then the Sticky Bomb. I do use the Sticky Bomb kind of often, and then I'm heavily invested into stamina with this piece as well. I'll go over the set bonuses after. Here we go to the Sentry Call knee pads. We have 694 stamina, we have 1,511 health on this, and then we have, there we go, the shock and the bleed resistance, which are pretty mandatory for PvP. Shock for shock turrets, bleeds for the slows, and your BFBs. Moving on to the holster, we have just a straight flat line across, pretty even stats on everything. I did re-roll armor into this, the support station health. I didn't really care too much about that. I can still kind of use it doing PvE stuff, but yeah. I went with high-end gloves for Savage, that's right. I put stamina into this, and I actually rolled it with marksman rifle damage and critical hit chance and the pulse critical hit. I forget what the shotgun was, but I rolled the shotgun damage into that once again just to get the most damage into my burst guns. My backpack, Sentry Call backpack, there you go. You see it again, the 5,577 skill power, the ammo capacity, the pulse critical hit damage, and the turret health. The turret health, not really a thing for me, but the pulse critical hit damage is huge because I'm lacking that on my gear. It's nice to be able to acquire that from my skills, i.e. my pulse. So now let's talk about the set bonuses a little bit. 30% headshot damage is really nice. It does kind of favor more so to your marksmans and stuff like that, but really it doesn't. You got your ARs, your SMGs, shotguns, everything can headshot. 30% increased headshot damage, doesn't specify marksman rifles, so to me it is worth it. The set bonus 3, the damage to elites, really helps you grind through and to shred through those mobs. With that ACR that I have, with that skill talent, it just helps me get my it helps me get my signature ability back quicker by being able to kill mobs faster. There you go, I couldn't spit it out. And then I got my 4-piece set bonus is the Stalker. Headshots mark the enemy, increasing the damage inflicted on the target by 15% for a duration of 10 seconds each. Target can receive up to 3 marks. And then I got my stamina stuff in there. But anyways, to the Stalker thing. So what they pretty much mean by that is every headshot you get will subsequently increase damage on that target for 10 seconds. Now, or is it 15 seconds? I think it was 10 seconds. 10 seconds, yeah, it's 10 seconds, okay. So now, if I shoot this guy, so 1, 2, so first shot was 1 stack, the 25,000 was the second stack, and then if I shoot again, I got 29,350. Shoot again, I got my 33,750. So I'm thinking actually the first bullet would have brought the buff up. The 25,000 you saw was the first proc, and then the next bullet hit. So the 25, so the 22 is your first shot. The 25 procs off the 22. The 33 procs off the 25. And there you go, you have your 3 stacks. So that's that. As you can see, it's still sitting there at that 33,752. M1A, I'll show you what it's. Same thing with the M1A. Got your. Oh, missed. Alright, so we got our 156, our 180, our 207, and our 238. So you've seen, and there you got a 505 crit, 238. 505. So as you can see, I don't have a lot of firearms, but the way the build is made, I do quite a bit of damage. Talk about my skills and abilities, or my skills and talents quickly, and then anyways, here we go. We got my pulse here, so our 26.2% for our pulse, our critical hit damage coming in at 69.5, and then I got my health with the overdose, but I'm thinking I might actually change it to the defibrillator. I'm going to test around with it. I find that I get dropped inside of my own heal often, and I'd like to be able to maybe get defibbed up and get back to the fight if possible, but for now I rock the overdose just to have that overheal. It's really, really strong. My talents, I go with critical save, using a medkit low health, increases damage resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. So if I pop one of those in low health, my damage resistance goes up to 50%. And then I take strike back, reach low health, reduce active skill cooldowns by 20%. I'm in my last health segment quite often, so to have that constantly be taken 20% chunks off of my skill cooldowns is actually really huge. It saved me a lot, and I take that over on the move. I just find that I'm pretty tanky as it is, but if I was taking on the move, I would have 80% damage reduction if I popped a med kit and killed someone within 10 seconds. So that's a signature ability right there. Like that's huge if you want to run on the move over the cooldown, but I run on the move. And then one is none. It's pretty much mandatory, especially with my shotgun. As you'll see with the M1A, it's not like as good. If you watch my ammo, you have the 50% chance to return that bullet. Now my M1A, you know, it's okay. I got a couple back. See. But now if I go to my shotgun, which is really why I take one is none, and because my AR, I get a couple of shots back from that, but if you watch my ammo, I won't really drop. I can sit here and shoot all day, and the reason for that is because each shotgun pellet has the chance to affect a status, or not a status, but like any proccable ability, one is none being one of those proccable abilities. Now, my last talent I chose was Precision. In the event that I am not running a pulse, I like to be able to have my Precision. Once again, it's a headshot dependent build. Having that pulse up on that target does increase my damage. If I take off a Sentrys Call piece, just to remove the talent, you'll see that if I actually shoot them, got my 22.193. Now, he's technically paused. If I shoot him again, 22.93. Or no, sorry, wait, it's crit damage and critical hit chance is increased. There we go, not actual weapon damage. So if I pulse them, I'm still getting that critical hit chance and that critical hit damage. Had a brain fart there, but that's okay. Other than that, it's pretty much all I have to say about my build. If you like what you see, if you think this helped you out at all, maybe kind of fine-tune your character or anything like that, I'd love to hear what you guys are rolling down below. I'd love to hear what kind of gear sets you guys have and the success with that, and I'd be willing to answer any questions you guys have pertaining to my build in particular. I will once again post my gamer tag in the comment below, or in the description below, I suppose, and feel free to add me. I do play on Xbox One. And yeah, if you like the video, if you think this helped you at all, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Zombie reporting out from Zombie Nation.